Hi everyone. I thought I would touch base with you today and see how you're doing, uh, and follow up on something that I had shared a couple days ago about how do we go about worshiping God, or how do you worship God. Uh, there's a lot that's written about the different ways in which we can worship God, and there's a great book by a fellow named Gary Thomas uh, called Sacred Pathways, Discovering Your Soul's Path to God. And it's a book that I have been reading in the past and have explored some of these ideas in the past, but I'm hoping to share with you more in the coming days. I want to kind of break down a few of these ways in which we can worship God. And one of the ways is, are we a naturalist, loving God outdoors? And if you're a naturalist, there's some questions I like to present to you, and maybe it'll help each of us to discover the ways in which we worship God if we don't already know. But for naturalists, I feel closest to God when I'm surrounded by what He has made, the mountains, the forests, and the ocean. I feel cut off if I spend too much time indoors just listening to speakers or singing songs. Nothing makes me feel closer to God than being outside. I'd rather worship God by spending an hour beside a small brook than by participating in a group service. I would, if I could escape to a garden to pray on a cold day, walk through a meadow on a warm day, take a trip by myself to a mountain, or on another day, I would be very happy. Seeing God's beauty in nature is more moving to me than understanding new concepts, participating in formal religious services, or participating in social causes. If those are some things that resonate with you, then maybe that's the way that God has called you to connect with Him, and that's the way that He has created you as an individual to be. Another way in which we can worship God is if you're referred to as a senate. A sensate is a person that worships God more through your senses, that you feel closest to God when I'm in church, that allows my senses to come alive when I can smell, see, hear, and almost taste His majesty. I enjoy reading or attending a high church service with incense and formal communion or Eucharist. I have a difficult time worshiping a church building that is plain and lacks a sense of awe or majesty. Beauty is very important to me, and I have a difficult time worshiping through second-rate Christian art or music. I'm naturally drawn to museums and concerts more than I'm inclined to take a walk in the woods, work in a soup kitchen, or read a book by myself. I really enjoy using drawing exercises, icons, or classical music playing in the background to improve my prayer life. If that's something that resonates with you, then maybe that's the way you worship God. Or if you're a traditionalist, you would feel closer to God when I'm participating in a familiar form of worship that has memories dating back to my childhood. Rituals and traditions traditions move me more than anything else. I begin to feel closest to God when I lay something on the altar, sacrificing it for Him. The words tradition and history are very appealing to me. Participating in formal liturgy or prayer book service, developing symbols that I can place in my car, home, or office, and developing a Christian calendar for our family to follow activities I enjoy. I really enjoy developing a personal rule or ritual of prayer. These things are appealing to me. And the wonderful thing about being a Christian is that we don't all have to be the same. that we have the freedom to be different and to worship God in these different ways. And one is not better than the other. And it just makes the uniqueness in the mosaic of God's people and how we connect to God more special and unique to you and I. And we have these opportunities to come together and to celebrate what it is that God has done and is doing in our lives in different ways on Sunday services. But it's just wonderful to connect with God, to connect with one another in meaningful ways. And stay tuned in the coming days as I share with you more ways that can maybe help you understand or unpack the ways in which we can, the variety of ways in which we can worship God. God bless, stay safe, love you, and hope to see you soon.